Hey people, it's Steel Gamer here, and I wanted to make a quick educational video regarding fraudulent copyright strikes against your YouTube channel. Now, in order to understand this and get to the bottom of this, you have to understand a few things. And the first thing is that Google owns YouTube. So, Google unfortunately has a shoot first, ask questions later policy, which sucks, but hey, it's their site, they can do whatever that they want. Which leads me to the next point. If somebody puts a copyright claim against your channel, and Google allows you a counterclaim notice, that doesn't mean jack. Google can totally uphold the copyright strike regardless. It's their site, they can do whatever that they want, so you have to understand that. Third, people fail to understand that, or at least most people fail to understand, is that it doesn't matter whether something is illegal. It's totally irrelevant. People do illegal things every day. It only matters if action is actually taken against the party involved. If you don't take action against the party involved, or action is not taken against that party, then it doesn't really matter what they do. So I just wanted to get a couple of those things out of the way. Now, if you're not partnered with somebody, or you're not monetized, your channel is subjected to all sorts of horse shit because, again, the shoot first, ask questions later policy, which people abuse. And it's a fact that people abuse it. Google knows people abuse it. And this is, again, doesn't matter whether it's illegal. It matters if action is taken against the people. So because no action is being taken from most of these cases, it gives off the appearance that it's actually okay to do. Now, that's a fine gray area, but I'm going to explain what happened in this particular case. And I know the person may be watching is giggling saying, ha ha ha, I got you, because in this video the person literally stated to me in voice that, oh, if you put this up, I'm going to have it taken down. So that brings me to the point on, if you look down here under the details, it says the content, it's manually detected, which means this person manually, literally like me, I'm saying I'm going to submit this. They manually went through the process of YouTube's copyright claim and put a claim against this. Now, when you're at this point, you don't want to expose anybody's further name. You just don't. That'll bring me to another point in this video. But the second thing is that the claimant's name you want to keep blocked, just to avoid any other issues. Whether or not you're allowed to show it doesn't even matter. Don't even bother. So, next, I'm going to point out its policy. It's Google's policy to remove the video first and then say why it doesn't need to be removed, which sucks, but whatever. So, that brings me to the following couple of points. First of all, when somebody puts a copyright claim against your channel manually, they are actually saying they own the content in question. Secondly, this could be a game, music, anything. Pictures in the background, fonts, anything. And so, obviously, you can't copyright fonts. You can copyright a design the font is in, but regardless, that is what somebody is actually saying when they're putting a claim against you, that they actually own the content and you didn't get permission from them to use it, which poses a couple of problems. Number one, I know 100% for a fact that the person that put this claim against me does not own any of the content that they did. The individuals involved in this particular aspect were streaming Fallout 76. Now, unless these two individuals either work for Bethesda or any of its subsidiaries or own any of the content in Fallout 76, they can't put a copyright claim against it, because how the hell do they own something for a company that they don't work for? That is lying. That's a fraudulent claim on that end of it. Furthermore, if you look on YouTube's terms of service, when you are streaming, it is not your stream. Google actually owns it. So the fact that this person now is putting a copyright claim not only for Fallout 76 and Bethesda or any of its subsidiaries, they're also saying that they work for YouTube as well, or Google, or any of its subsidiaries. So unless this person actually works for Google and or Bethesda, which they don't, what in the world could they have possibly copyright? What could they own in this? And that brings me to the final point on, when somebody chooses to manually subject themselves to public viewing, aka YouTube. You're out in public, you get a street performing permit, you cannot prevent somebody from taking pictures of you. You cannot prevent somebody from using interviews from you. They don't need your permission. You're in a public area. Now, that brings me to the point on advertising. When you stream on YouTube to get a viewer base, you have to advertise your channel, which means you are advertising your screen name and everything else about you. So you are manually chosen to give up any specific personal privacy rights. Now, that does not give somebody the right to post private information about the person. That's a totally different story. But if you look in my videos, I never expose any personal information about any of these people. I show their YouTube name and I show who they are. I also never tell you not to go to their channel or do go to their channel. I just say, hey, these people are behaving this way. Just be careful if you do. So the point here is that I have done no damage to these people and they chose to do it anyway. So the fact of the matter is, Google doesn't have to uphold this. I put a submit counterclaim notice against this. Not that that does anything. So the next step, next course of action is if Google upholds the copyright strike, which is fine, they have a right to, I can't do anything about that. The next course of action is, what do you do? Now, that is up to you. You can choose to not do anything, or you can choose to do something. However, if you choose to do something, that course of action is a long road. Now, I've taken Valve to court, and I've also taken ZeniMax Media Online to court. So the message to the viewer who did this, either if Google doesn't remove the copyright strike, you can choose to do so, or I will actually pursue legal action against you. Now, you can laugh at that all you want, but believe me, what you're doing is actually a felony because you're submitting fraudulent copyright claims, and all I have to do is go in front of the judge with you, which I actually will do. We will not be mediating this. I will actually press charges against you under this. And then the court system, it's not even me at this point, the court system will most likely charge you with fraudulent and whatever fines that they choose to give you. But the fact of the matter is, this is about principle. This isn't about, whether anything's legal or not. This is about principle. You want to manually attack somebody and viciously do this, thinking you can get away with it hiding behind a computer screen, well, you got a problem because that's not happening. Other people may not choose to do anything. Me, I choose to. Like I said, you want to come after me, that's fine, whatever. I got no issues, but I just wanted to make this very clear and expose a few things that people may or may not know. And I don't have an issue with somebody doing this. You want to do this, that's fine, but just be prepared to face the consequences. So, again, this is it. I've already submitted a counterclaim explaining that you don't own ZeniMax Media, you don't own Bethesda or any of its subsidiaries, you don't work for them, you don't own any of the content in your video. There's nothing in the video that you can possibly copyright. You don't own any of it. So I just wanted to get that clear. So if you're watching this, you can either retract that, or I have put in a counterclaim and Google can do it, and if Google decides to uphold it or you don't want to do it, that's fine. I'll just take the next course of action. So whatever, as I said, you can laugh all you want, but I'm just giving you a heads up that that's what's going to wind up happening, and it's not going to be pleasant. So, the Steel Gamer signing off. Have a good day or night wherever you guys are.